take a deep breath, because in this video right here, we are going to be talking about the second biggest cryptocurrency in the whole entire world. This is the biggest and most important price prediction I have ever made on this channel. Yes, I am emotionally attached to this coin because I made a whole bunch of money off of it. Yes, I am a nerd, and they are creating the next infrastructure of the internet. They're making a world computer, and yes, they have 4 times the amount of developers working on Ethereum than any other project in cryptocurrency, guys. I don't know what else to say, but if you don't get with this technology, you will get left behind. Keep watching. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another cryptocurrency video, and today we're going to be talking about the second biggest cryptocurrency in the whole entire world, and I'm going to be giving you guys a price prediction, a whole bunch of predictions. I'm going to give you like 30 predictions, okay guys? But before we get started, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, my name is Alex. I talk about everything internet entrepreneurial. If you're looking to make money on the internet, this is definitely the channel for you. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button as well as the push notification bell, so you can get videos like this all the time. Guys, I'm not trying to showboat, brag with any Lamborghinis or anything like that. I'm simply giving you guys practical knowledge that you can apply to your life like today, all right? And I'm not trying to manipulate people. There's a lot of, YouTubers, especially cryptocurrency YouTubers, that like to take advantage of these market dumps, right? As you can see, the market right here is going down a lot. A lot of people are getting scared. So to take advantage and get views, what they like to do is make these, crazy thumbnail red videos, right? They have red in the thumbnail, and they're like, the market's going to crash. Do we sell all our cryptocurrency? And they basically tug and pull on your emotions because they know you have money in crypto, so they can increase their views. Guys, I'm going to give you hope in this video. I'm going to be showing you, long-term price predictions of the cryptocurrency. Let's start off, with some really good news, right? This came out about a week ago. Basically the Deutsche Bank, I probably, completely butchered that, but basically it's a bank, a German multinational investment bank right here, the 17th largest bank in the world by total assets. So it's a big player in the world, huge player in the world. Okay. And this guy, Jim Reed, right, a research strategist for the Deutsche Bank, basically dropped an article, okay? And I'm gonna open the article right now. As you can see here, right? I'm gonna come here, it's called Imagine 2030, okay? Now this article is basically a futuristic prediction of what's gonna happen to the world with technology, et cetera, all this stuff. But the main point I wanna point out here is that the first article in this, okay? Remember, this is 17th biggest bank in the world. They have enough money to basically dominate cryptocurrency if they wanted to. They have ridiculous sums of cash. Talked about the end of fiat currency. Okay, this is the end. This is why the Bitcoin dropping 5 to 10% is not a big deal. I don't care. I don't look at it. I can care less. Okay. Now, if you have 100% of your money in crypto, of course I can see how you care about it. No one told you to put 100% of your money in crypto. But look, these guys are basically talking about, we lived in an era of fiat money since 1970s. You guys can go read it for yourself. You can look into it for yourself. But the overall gist here is he's predicting the collapse of fiat currency. Basically money that's backed by a government. Why? Because government gives it value. There is no intrinsic value in the currency, okay? Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are commodities. They're deflationary. They can't be inflated. Like, this is the same argument that we hear time and time again, guys. The recession's around the corner. If you don't know about this argument, the overall gist here is that governments are taking advantage of the money, okay? And with Bitcoin, we know mathematically in the code that is deflationary and that they can't make any more Bitcoin than what's already promised. Okay, so we know there's a fixed supply and nobody can take advantage of the money supply. Okay, nobody controls Bitcoin. That's the whole point, right? It's a separate entity. But if somebody controls the US dollar or the yen or the euro, well, they can take advantage of their people by staying on top. It's hard to explain, but you can dive deep into the article, yourself. You can look into, the labor forces and how basically China has been, the dominator of the labor force for the past whatever years, and dive into the specifics. I'll leave the link below, but the overall gist here I want to show you guys is that these banks are talking about the next 10 years. He's saying 2030. right? So when you're thinking about cryptocurrency, you got to be thinking about it in 5 to 10 years, okay? Stop looking at the daily price. It's going to mess you up. At one point, you know, when I had a lot of money in crypto, I was looking at it at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was literally waking up in the middle of the night to look and see if my money increased or decreased. That is not a way to live. You do not want to live like that, okay? So let's just jump into, you know, the price prediction of Ethereum, right? Because they're actually doing some interesting stuff. So another thing I want to look at here is basically a report by, it's a developer report by Electronic Capital. Okay, why I want to look at this is because they have very, very fundamental statistics that we can look at. So the first thing, you know, it's 104 pages. I read it all. I mean, obviously I didn't, like, you know, study it because it's a lot, but I looked at it, skimmed through it. I highly advise that you guys look at it, okay? But specifically, I want to use this for Ethereum, okay? So the reason why I like Ethereum so much, okay, compared to other altcoins is because, you know, it's a pretty safe bet compared to other projects, right? Guys, like Ethereum most likely is going to be here. That's why I have, you know, I would say 50% of my money in Bitcoin, okay? I have 40% of my money in Ethereum, and then the other 10% spread across altcoins. So, you know, don't get it confused, guys. I talk about altcoins and everything, and I do like them, but this is the safest bet. This is like what's most likely going to win. Let's just be honest here, guys. They have, as you can see here, Ethereum ecosystem has 4 times the amount of developers of the next biggest ecosystem. So they have 4 times the amount of developers than Bitcoin, right? Now, that is the biggest indicator when, you know, predicting the future value of a company. Are they building? And clearly, Ethereum's building. Why do you think I like talking about it so much, right? Now, as you can see here, this is all the other ecosystems, EOS, XRP, Bitcoin. Ethereum's just dominating that market. It's because of the smart contracts. It's because of what you can do, right? So this is the first page I wanted to look at. There's another page here, 63, that I wanted to jump to. 63. Okay, so as you can see here, you know, this is basically developer committed code. People committing code to change the project or basically making small, minute changes. As you can see here, Ethereum's dominating, okay? As you can see here, they have the largest number of full-time developers, okay? As you can see here, they have full-time developers committing consistently. Okay, guys, the proof is in the pudding. This is 104 pages. That's not my goal to dive into this. We're doing price predictions, but I want to show you why this price prediction is probably more important than any other price prediction I've done, because chances are if you buy some Ethereum, you're most likely going to win. I mean, there's other projects, you know, I talk about, you know, Cardano, I talk about basic attention token. All these projects are good and they're doing good things in the ecosystem, but they're not, you know, established. Ethereum's established, okay? If you want to take the safe route, Ethereum is definitely the way to go. Obviously, none of the stuff I'm saying in this video is, you know, financial advice, but I'm just throwing this out here. These are my opinions. If I was to make a bet, which I already have, Ethereum's a safe bet. It's as simple as that. So let's jump to CoinMarketCap. Let's get some statistics. I'm gonna open the price predictor calculator that I always use in my videos, guys. Now, if you don't have the price predictor calculator, check out my course. It's called Blockchain Basics. It teaches you how to send, receive, buy, sell, and store your cryptocurrencies the proper way. If you don't know how to navigate Internet 3.0, you're missing out, guys. You have to develop these skills before anybody else so you can be a profitable human being, okay? In this video, you know, in that course, I try to keep it simple. No one's promising any riches. I'm simply teaching you guys how to confidently navigate Internet 3.0. It's pretty, you know, basic, okay? So we're gonna have to, this was an older type of prediction. I did this a couple of days ago, so we're gonna have to tweak this a little bit. So by the way, guys, I'm updating, I had a different price predictor calculator in my course. I'm giving you guys this one. I told you I'm constantly updating the Blockchain Basics course. And by the way, guys, it's, you know, 50% off for the holidays, so take advantage, because after Christmas, I'm definitely increasing the price back to 100. So let's jump here. Price of the coin today. What is the price of the coin of Ethereum today? It's at 128, so we got to change some of this stuff up. Let's just put 128 right there to round it up. So 128, you can see that Ethereum's dropping, guys. Like recently, it's been dropping. And, you know, my goal is not to, scare you guys or anything like that. My goal is to give you like a unique perspective. The best advice I can give somebody in this market is just to simply do the exact opposite of what everybody else is doing. So if you see in the news, everybody's telling to sell cryptocurrency, everybody's getting scared. When there's blood in the streets, that's when you should be doing the exact opposite of what people are doing. And in my case, I'm buying cryptocurrency. When I got some extra money, I'm putting it into cryptocurrency. We're never going to see these prices again. Okay, but again, that's just my opinion. None of this is financial advice. So we got 128 right here. Price of all-time high was at $1,400. Price of all-time low was at 42 cents. Okay, the total supply is right here. Okay, so as you can see here, just for some fun math, if you were to put $1,000 into cryptocurrency, or into Ethereum, I should say, right here, at its all-time low, you would have got 2,375 coins. Your percentage increase would have been 340,000%, right? And you would have basically been a millionaire off of $1,000. You would have had $3.4 million off of $1,000 at the current, if you would have sold it at the top. So if you would have sold it, at 1,400, obviously nobody can do that, but it's just some fun math to show you, like, that's the benefit of cryptocurrency, guys. You get these big parabolic swings that you see in no other traditional market. It's just crazy madness. I mean, again, this is very risky, right? But if you take your educated guesses, you take safe bets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're not playing around with, some super unknown altcoin project, right? Typically you'll get a return on your investment if you wait long enough. That's how it works, right? So if you were to put $1,000 today into Ethereum, it would give you about 7.81 coins. That's so crazy. You would have got 2,000. You're only getting 7.81 right now, right? And if it goes back to its all-time high, so if it goes to 1,400 again, okay, you'll have 1,000% return. So from $1,000, you're going to turn it into $11,000. Not bad at all. Not bad, guys. You don't see that anywhere else. Don't take that lightly, okay? Now, for this price predictor, we can play around. This future investment right here is something we can play around. But before we get into that, I added something new to the price predictor calculator. So basically, we know to get the coin's price, to predict the future price of a cryptocurrency, you have to take their market cap. Okay, so their market cap is basically how much money total is in this cryptocurrency, divided by the coin circulating supply. So how many cryptocurrencies are out there, okay? So the total supply, and from what I've heard, is Ethereum's increasing the total supply, but we're just gonna do some different case scenarios. So there's a reason why you see all these numbers here. I inputted it because there's no way to tell, the market cap and the coin supply. That's the prediction part. There's nobody, if somebody on the internet's telling you they can predict it with AI or something like that, they're lying to you, okay? There's no way to tell it. But we can see, okay, well, if 90% of the coin supply, right, what's going to be the price? If 70% of the circulating supply is out there, then what's going to be the price? And then you can plan accordingly, right? So all these numbers are basically the market caps of the world. So this is not a market cap, but it's just 1 billion. The number 1 billion, the number 10 billion, the world silver, which is 17 billion, right? We got 25 billion, 50 billion. The market cap of Bitcoin, which is 132 billion, right? All cryptocurrency together, which is almost 200 billion. Now, Alphabet, which is basically, the company governing Google and all its Google's subsidiaries and all the companies involved with Google, which is almost a trillion, right? We got Berkshire Hathaway, which is 500 billion. We got Microsoft. Like, all these numbers are basically market caps of the companies, or the coins and banknotes. Banknotes are basically like dollars, the Federal Reserve balance sheet, all these mass sums of cash, or mass sums of value, right? We can do predictions, and basically what I did is I automatically predicted it. So you can see here all the market caps, right? This is how the price predictor calculator works. All the market caps, okay? And then 50% of circulating supply. So if 50% of the coins are injected into the market, okay, what would be the price in these market caps, right? And then what would be the price of my $1,000 investment? Okay, how much would my $1,000 investment give me for 50% of the coin supply at these market caps? I hope that makes sense to you. Run this video back if you have to. Let me just go through it one more time. So at 50% of the coin's circulating supply, so 50% of the coins get injected into the market at these different market caps, which we can see at the right here. And I want to show you guys a physical representation of these market caps. So as you can see here, this is cryptocurrency. Now, these are the biggest companies on earth. If we just pass that, right? If we make another social media that passes Facebook, look, $807 billion. We're only at 200 billion, right? That means that's a 4x growth. 50 richest people on earth. We're not even past the 50 richest people on earth, right? And this is a world currency. It's a world currency. Keep that in mind. We're just in the beginning stages. There's people that predict that there's less than 3% of people in cryptocurrency on earth. There's like, they said, I'm pretty sure they said it was like 2.75% of people on earth are in cryptocurrency. California's GDP, the money, like all these numbers, this is physical representation, right? So we come to the bottom here, we can see that this is all of the world's, look at these, look how crazy derivatives is basically all the world's value. All the world's value, and then this is Bitcoin, one of these blocks. So you can see why a lot of people say, you know, 1%, if we're 1% correct about cryptocurrency, that's like a 10x, right? You can see that. Why people say that is because there's so much money in the world out there and we only have $200 billion in crypto. We're in its infancy stages. We're babies, right? This is, the cryptocurrency market is a baby market right now, okay? I want you guys to really understand that, okay? So let's do some math. So if we can see here, what's realistic for Ethereum, okay? Maybe a Microsoft or a Google market cap might be realistic. Let's look at it. So we can see here, Microsoft has $1 trillion in it. And then we have Google, which almost has 1 trillion. So maybe 1 trillion is kind of a good number because keep in mind, Google runs the whole infrastructure of the internet currently. And Ethereum is setting out to basically run the whole internet. Now, I'm not here to argue with you guys if, you know, Ethereum is going to pass Google and Microsoft and beat all these huge companies that have, you know, basically a monopoly on the world's data right now. But that's not my argument. But I'm saying if it ever gets to that potential in the future, this is what's going to be the prices of the coins. So as you can see here, let's go with Microsoft first. I'm going to highlight this one row right here. So if 50% of the coin supply, right, gets injected into the market, okay, that means that one coin is going to be worth $14,000. So if we get to a $1 trillion market cap, about a 1 trillion, basically the market cap of Microsoft, that's a $14,000 coin, guys. That's a $14,000 coin. That's $110,000 off of this initial $1,000 investment. Think about that. That's ridiculous. Now that's, oh, Alex, well, what if more, you know, supply is injected? That's why I made this, right? So we have, come over here. Let's say 100% of the coin supply is circulating. So meaning, you know, all the coins that they possibly can make. I mean, it is an inflationary, guys. I know, you know, they say, but they don't have an actual number. Like nobody has said that there's an average of how much Ethereum is being created because Ethereum doesn't have a fixed supply like Bitcoin. But again, this is just a prediction, right? Nobody knows how much new Ethereum they're going to make. It's impossible to tell, right? So we're just kind of going by what's the total supply now. So if 100% of the total supply is now circulating supply, they dumped all the cryptocurrency and everybody has access to it, right? One coin will be worth $7,000. So for your $1,000 investment, it's going to turn into 55 grand. Okay. You could see, you know, how these percentage increases can play out. Like you see right here. So if 80% of the circulating supply is injected, right, then we have an $8,800 coin with, you know, almost $70,000 off of $1,000. You guys can see why I like cryptocurrency because, you know, though it's very volatile, though we can see, you know, negative 20% in one day, right? You never see that in the stock market. It doesn't matter because when we go on these big parabolic movements, when I originally got into Ethereum and cryptocurrency, I was mining it and buying it at $7 to $10. Guys, the reason why it went up to like 150 where it's at now originally was because Ethereum basically partnered, the Ethereum Alliance, which is a group, an organization of companies that are trying to make Ethereum work, right? They basically, they got in cahoots with, you know, JP Morgan. They basically added them to the Ethereum Alliance, and then the price of Ethereum went crazy. It just skyrocketed. A whole bunch of people bought it. So if something happens, if they make a revolutionary technology, a revolutionary smart contract, whatever the case is, right? They do something really great, which if you understand how blockchain technology works, you understand that there's no other route, right? Guys, blockchain developers just this year, the people that are coding on the blockchain increased by 507%. Okay, there's people, the smartest people in the world are developing on the blockchain. That's how it works. And all of the developers seem to be going to Ethereum. Okay, so I want you guys to take all this into consideration. If you have the world's smartest people working on a project, the chances of it taking off, the chances of it doing something like, Google, or doing something like, Facebook, increase over time. Right? And we see a lot of developers that are jumping into Ethereum. So when I make these predictions, keep that in mind. It's not that far off, right? Now let's get a little bit more conservative. Let's say, Ethereum passes Bitcoin, which I don't believe it will, but let's say it does, and it becomes, the same market cap of all of cryptocurrency. Well, that means that you'll have about a $2,400 price at 50% circulating supply. That will give you $18,000 off of $1,000 investment. All these numbers are just absolutely ridiculous. I'm sure a lot of traditional investors don't look at my videos because when they see this, they immediately think it's just way too good to be true. This number is off right here. I got to fix that. But you understand where I'm going here, guys. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous, like these gains, right? So let me show you, for example, let's say all crypto, let's be very conservative. Let's say all the coins are injected into the market. Well, that's a $1,200 coin. That's pretty conservative, being that, Ethereum at one point was at $1,400. Is extremely conservative. A $1,200 coin. That means off of your $1,000 investment, you'll have about $9,500. These numbers are not bad. So, I mean, you can look at this in any way you want, guys. You can play with the numbers. You can see the future circulating supply. You can make your predictions. Oh, maybe I am a little bit crazy. And, I think this is very conservative. I think that, in the next 5 years, we're going to see the market cap at least increase by 50% of all cryptocurrency. We're going to see various, and I believe that Ethereum is going to capture a lot of that value. It's going nowhere but up. Bitcoin's been the best producing asset of the last decade, as well as 2019. Bitcoin went from 3K, okay, to about $14,000, and now we're back at $6,000. Even that jump from 3 to 6K is 100%. Okay, that's a double. You doubled your money. There's no other asset in 2019 that has done that. So being that, they take advantage of the people that don't understand this, but, the 3K to 6K, the 3K to 14K jump, right? No, they were talking about everybody was going crazy, but then they really capitalized on the fact that it went from 13K to 6K. But they don't tell you that 3 to 6K is phenomenal. So guys, hold it over long periods of time and you won't feel so bad. That was the purpose of this video, really, guys, to give you guys some hope on the cryptocurrency market. I'm not going to talk about the negatives of what's going on because, quite frankly, all those negatives are going to just blow right over, guys. This is the decentralization of the internet. Their technology is revolutionary. We've never seen anything like this, guys. That's why it's one of those things. It's like, are you in it or not? Do you understand it or not? It's really that simple, guys. And the first movers always have that advantage. But that's it for this video, guys. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism, subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with this technology, you will get left behind. And before I go, guys, really quickly, I have a video that I'm doing. I'm giving away $100 worth of cryptocurrency. All you have to do is come over here to this video, not the one that you're watching. But if you come, I'm not going to leave the link for you guys because I want you to actually try and click this video right here. Watch it, how to make money online as a teenager. I'm giving away $100 worth of Bitcoin. Watch it to the end. And on the end, I'll show you exactly how to get that money. I'm doing the giveaway at the end of the month. So on the 30th of December, I'm giving away $100 worth of Bitcoin. Make sure you enter the contest at least, right? That's the least you can do to try and make some money, right? But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you like the content. Catch you in the next video.